In this video, I'm gonna share the 5 easy steps on how I pay all my bills in under 5 minutes. So all you need is your phone, which is probably what you're using right now, access to Wi-Fi or data, and just a few minutes of your attention in this video. What's up guys, it's Nick. Welcome back to my channel where I empower you to take on adulting like a boss. With our current situation, it's kind of a waste of time and energy if you still queue up and pay your bills because everything can be done online right now. Plus, if you can do it in a few minutes on your phone, you're able to pay it on time and you don't get stressed about your bills getting piled up for months and you end up paying for interest. So if you're into finding more ways to make it so much easier for you in managing your finances, then make sure you subscribe to this channel and let's get into those 5 tips on how you can pay your bills online. Step 1 is prioritize paying your bills upon getting your salary. So the great thing about paying your bills online, you can do it in one sweep. You don't have to think about, oh, I have to schedule my time and energy going to the bank or go to Globe to pay for your Wi-Fi or your phone plan. You can do it all in just 5 minutes. So you have no excuse to pay all of it in one bulk. So it's important that once you get your salary, you pay off your bills first, because sometimes we get so happy and excited that we have money in our bank account again, and we might end up buying things we don't need instead of paying off the most important thing, which is our credit card debt, our electricity bill. So the thing is, you need to be able to track the summary of your expenses, most especially the fixed expenses. Like, you know, one way or another, you cannot ignore them. You have to pay for them. So good thing is that I actually created an easy expense tracker that you can download below, and hopefully it also guides you in managing your expenses and help you with ensuring that you pay your bills on time, because we are all responsible adults. Am I right? Now, step number 2 is access your salary via mobile app where you can pay your bills. So now that you are aware that one way or another you have these fixed expenses every single month. So for me, the mobile app that I've used is, before in my first job, I was using BPI mobile app because that's where my payroll was credited to. Now I have Security Bank, which they also have a mobile app. So I think wherever your payroll is credited, most likely it has a mobile app where it can have access to your billers, where you can easily like transfer the money from your salary to the biller. Another option that I do is sometimes I transfer my salary to my GCash account, so that sometimes it's easy for me to transfer money to whoever using my GCash. So I don't need to go to several different apps to pay several different people. So from my electricity to my Wi-Fi to my admin association dues, things like that, I can easily go through the BPI app or Security Bank app or GCash app so that I can easily pay them right away. So you might be asking right now, how do I get access to these billers? So I had that same challenge before when I was figuring it out. So step number 3 is to enroll your biller and the reference or account number. So the account number is usually stated in your billing statement, whether it's like your Globe phone plan or your electricity bill or your credit card statement. There's usually a number there, and the biller is usually, it varies. Like for example, when I pay for my Globe phone plan, it doesn't say Globe, so they have specific acronyms. Like for example, Handy P is the Globe phone plan that I need to pay, so that's the biller name. And then I also have Innov, INNOV, which is the Globe home Wi-Fi plan that I pay for. And then I also have the BPI credit card that I pay for every month, which is BECC. So all you need to do is you make sure that you look for that specific biller name, and sometimes it's all just about calling the bank and making sure that you enroll the right one. And this is very important because, for example, I've already come across the medyo stupid moment. I mentioned earlier, there's 2 Globe billers. There is the Handy P and the Innov. Sometimes I get confused. There was a time that I accidentally paid the wrong biller. So I've been doing it for like years now, but then sometimes I lose track of like what the name is sometimes. So usually in my expense tracker, I make sure that I put like Globe phone plan is Handy P, my Globe home Wi-Fi is INNOV, which is Innov. So usually when you enroll it once with your account number, it's easy. It's just in a drop-down menu that you can select in your mobile app and just pay the amount. So we can move to number 4, which is pay the exact amount to your biller via the mobile app. So the great thing about paying your bills online is you can give the exact centavo. Say it's 12,988.87. Like, you can do that, right? Versus if you queue up, sometimes there's change and then you just lose track of the sum of expenses that you actually paid for. So if it's everything is online, you know that this amount was subtracted to my total salary because and transferred the exact amount via the mobile app. So it's very straightforward. You just input the amount that you need to pay for to that specific biller, and then once you click submit, it requests for a one-time password. So it is the OTP, which is sent to your mobile number, and then you just input that before you officially send out that amount. So just make sure that you double check that amount. You might accidentally add more zeros. Make sure that you have clear consciousness when you pay online because it's kind of hard to take back. So once you've paid, the great thing is they immediately send the confirmation and receipt via your email. They also notify you through your mobile number. So if you need proof to whoever you paid to, or let's say they said that you didn't pay but you know that you actually paid for it, then it's easy to go through the mobile app or your email, seeing the confirmation from your bank that you actually paid on that exact date, on that exact time. You just need to have good documentation of these things because you never know. Like with the admin, when I pay for the electricity here in the condo, sometimes they forget that I paid like 3 months worth of electricity already and they said I need to pay the exact amount. I'm like, wait, hold up. I already paid that last month. I emailed you the exact receipt, the screenshot on my phone, on my email. So you cannot say that you didn't get it because there's an exact timestamp with my BPI account that I sent it. So the great thing about online is it always leaves a trail for you, so you don't get lost and your money is not everywhere, like under the sink or inside your cabinet. Having it online also makes it easier for you to backtrack all of the things that you paid for. So step number 5 is one of the most fulfilling things that you're gonna do is to mark it as done on your tracker. So when I say mark as done, is like, for example, you can color code it or like put a slash on it or anything that will just indicate that you have paid for it. So for example, for me, let's say I have to pay 5 different billers in one payroll date. Say for example, I need to pay a certain amount to 5 billers. Then for example, once I pay Globe Wi-Fi, then I immediately color code it to green. And then once I pay for my next bill, I color code it to green. Because sometimes you're just like, did I already pay for that? Either you forget that you still have to pay for something, or second is that you paid for something already and you did it twice. So it's just good to like basically just check off once you've paid it as soon as you pay for it, not when you paid all of them in bulk, because you're gonna get confused if you especially pay for a lot of bills. Because for me, okay, so what really helps me out is, for example, I remember like, let's say 2 months ago, I remember like, did I pay for my Globe Wi-Fi plan? How come this month it's like double the amount? Did I miss out on a due date? And then I remember like I did not miss out on it because I know that there's a check mark or there's a green highlight on it, so it means that I did it. Like, you can show them receipts that you have definitely done that. And sometimes it's also important to just add notes as reminders. For my electricity, like I end up paying 2 months worth in 1 month, so I just remember to put there like, okay, I paid this exact amount worth 2 months, not when like 2 months later I go back to them like, why did I pay this much amount? Was my electricity really that high for that certain month? So it saves you time. It doesn't make you second guess what you did. Speaking of, don't forget to download that expense tracker that I made for you. It's free. It's there to make sure that you are on track in managing your expenses and you are living within your means. I'm telling you, since I've been doing it for a long time now, paying all of my bills online, and it's such a breeze to do it. It's usually a no-brainer for me already. Of course, at the start, you will probably, baka kakapa ka pa, titingnan mo kung paano mag-enroll ng biller and things like that. But once you enroll everything is just smooth sailing from there. Although, just a heads up is, especially if you're doing this for the first time, you might have to go to your bank first to make sure like to activate your mobile app, and then to also make sure that you enroll your billers correctly. But it's just like a one-time thing, and then after that you don't have to worry about it anymore, rather than every month you have to keep going to the bank to pay for things. But yeah, when in doubt, check with your bank, check with your admin in the condo. Recently, there's always a way to make things easier for you, and online is just the way to go. And to keep you inspired on your personal finance journey, check out these videos on why you need to have an emergency fund and some money mistakes that you might be doing in your 20s. And I will see you there.